awesome people with all those smiling faces. Welcome back to the Fine with Being Me YouTube channel. And yeah, Merry Christmas guys! We normally post on the 25th of every single month. This is so good. So good. What are you doing? I'm here for the intro. No. I thought we agreed on this. I'm the one who's supposed to do the intro and you're supposed to do the outro. Come on. Please let me do it. Please. You're too nice to say no. And don't embarrass me in front of all these fine, do it. But just be quick. Yay! Okay. When you're too sweet, you'll realize that people consume a lot of candy. And when you're too nice, you'll realize that people consume a lot of biscuits. And the thing about being a good person is that you always end up thinking that everyone else is as good as you are. Before we begin this video, I'd like to put a disclaimer. This is not one of those cliche videos about the 5 signs that you're an empath or the 5 characteristics of an empath. In this video, I'm going to highlight a specific weakness about empaths, and in the end, I'll give an advice of how to actually overcome that specific weakness. So stick around until the end of the video, and don't worry if you're not an empath. I'm sure each and every person has an empath in their lives, so you never know. Watching this video just might help you understand them more and actually make you help them in one way or another. Have you ever met these people who are overly nice? They are overly kind, overly sweet. They always go out of their way to help other people, and all that is ever in their vocabulary are these nice and polite words. Well, that is just a highlight of how it's like to be an empath. Empaths can sacrifice a lot in order to help other people, and sometimes they sacrifice too much, and that's not good. You know, it's hard to understand why somebody could go out of their way to the extent of straining themselves, perhaps financially or emotionally, just so they can help other people. Empaths are these types of people who often feel what other people are feeling. When somebody is feeling sad, they can actually feel their sadness, and when somebody is feeling helpless, they can actually feel their helplessness. So the fact that empaths are naturally wired to be of help to other people, it's always pretty much hard for them to say no. And you can confuse them with people pleasers, but here's the difference. People who like pleasing people often do so with the aim of getting something in return, like getting back favor from other people. On the other hand, empaths always love to help other people, and they can't stop helping other people. It's not because they want something in return, it's just because it fulfills them to help other people. They feel good about helping other people. They feel good when they're there for other people. And any time that they don't help others, when they know that they had the capacity to help somebody else, then they feel bad about it and they feel guilty about it. They don't like to be the reason why somebody else gets to feel hurt or somebody else gets to feel frustrated. As long as they help somebody, that's it for them. So that's the difference between empaths and people who like pleasing people. And so that is the weakness of empaths. That means that if you're in need and you ask them for help, no matter who you are, then they are always open to help other people. They are always available, and this thing about being overly available for other people and being overly kind can fall on the excessive side, and it can bring self-harm because the empath ends up doing too many duties that revolve around helping other people and being there for other people, to the extent that they neglect their own needs and their own self-care habits. And being an empath myself, I have fallen into that hole where I have been in what seemed like a million volunteering services, where I was doing services and not being paid. I could say yes to any favor that a friend had asked me for, and the cycle continued over and over again, and my schedule was always full. The funny thing is that even though the schedule was full, I would still say yes in order to help somebody with something else. When people get used to you in the long run, people might actually start to misuse you. They might start to exploit you because they know that it is hard for you to say no. And maybe even if you say no, it's only a matter of being a little bit insistent or a little bit persuasive. Then you will give in and help them with whatever projects they needed you to help them with. So that is the point to where the empath has to make a choice and decide whether they're going to be overly kind and stand a chance of being exploited, or set boundaries to their kindness. So my advice to kind people, overly sweet people and nice people is this one thing: you're not required to set yourself on fire in order to keep other people warm. Yes, you're kind, yes, you're sweet, yes, you're polite, and yes, you're always helping other people and you're always there for other people, but you need and you have to set limits to that. You need to regulate that. It's not always that other people's needs have to come before your needs. You also have to take care of yourself. You also have to maintain your self-care habits. And there are actually good benefits about taking care of yourself and just being there for yourself instead of always being there for other people. When you stop saying yes when you actually mean no, there are 3 benefits which I'm going to give you here. So number 1, you will stop complaining. You will have less regrets as to why you picked up another project or picked up another favor for a friend to do, and your life will be just free and more relaxing. Number 2, you will be less overwhelmed. You will have a lot of free time, your schedule will be more free, more manageable, and you will be able to have a good mental status, a good emotional status, because you have a lot of free time on your hands, which gives you less stress, less anxiety, less frustration in your life. And lastly, number 3, you will always be in control of your life. You will become less of a robot because you're not always doing things for other people. That means that other people don't get to define how you spend your day. Your day is spent doing things that you yourself have chosen to do. It's not bad to be kind because that is how you were created. That is what God made you to be. When you stop being kind, it means that you're not being yourself, and that is like asking for a very miserable life. So you just can't stop being who you are. But when you regulate this, then it means that at least you give other people a good amount of your sweetness and your kindness, but you also get the same good amount of your own sweetness and your own kindness. Too much sugar and too much sweet things made people diabetic. Don't be overly kind to people because not everyone is always as good as you are. People might end up exploiting you, people might end up consuming too much of you, and they will become diabetic. On the other hand, don't keep your kindness to yourself because you are the one who might end up being diabetic. So always regulate it, set limits, set boundaries, be confident about who you are, and lastly and most importantly, ask for self-control. Self-control is a fruit of the Holy Spirit that I've had to relearn over and over again. So always ask God to give you self-control so that you don't give too much of what you have. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, and also make sure you share this with somebody on your social media accounts. Please comment down below so that at least I know I'm not talking to myself. And for the people who have been with me all through, I want to say a huge thank you for sticking around. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, welcome to this wonderful virtual space. I hope you stick around with us. Thank you for watching up to the end. Bye, shalom, and peace be with you all.